It's also fascinating to look at kind of in the scheme of the history of film, you and your contemporaries. You think of Lucas and Spielberg with Jaws, Lucas with Star Wars, you with Godfather, and
Friedkin.
Friedkin with French Connection.
Friedkin was my age. Those guys are all 5 years younger, so I was the big brother, but Billy Friedkin was my contemporary.
But it does feel like somehow the wrong lessons were learned from what you guys did back then, because these were all blockbuster films that touched culture and were great personal pieces of work on this mythic giant scale. And it seems like, I don't know, cynically speaking, the wrong lessons were learned. We get the bombast and the spectacle without the heart and the personal now.
Possibly, but they made. It's sort of like Capra, going back an earlier generation. He made all these hit pictures. And yet, did you ever see The Bitter Tea of General Yen?
I haven't.
That is breathtaking. Even compared to these big Happened One Night and all this stuff. But The Bitter Tea of General Yen, wow. Barbara Stanwyck.
Yeah.
And I read Capra was sort of a complicated. He wasn't like Billy Wilder was a joyous, friendly guy. We all went to his 100th birthday. He was very generous. Capra was grouchy. But that movie is a masterpiece, The Bitter Tea of General Yen. And even all of them, George and Stephen, Stephen, I can name 8 movies of his that are beyond beautiful, and not the least being the one he made with Christian Bale when he was a kid.
It's one of my favorites. I'm part of the
AI. AI had me weeping. And many films that Stephen did. And George had American Graffiti. Was so clever what graffiti was. And and Marty, has all these. They all are wonderful. We really are lucky. It's not my cinema. It's the cinema, and we're all in love with it.
Do you remember the first time you saw a cut of Star Wars?
Yes. I did. We all saw it together. I think Stephen was there. Walt was there. It was terrible. Everyone was worried sick for George. Really?
Did you have notes? How did you salvage it?
Well, the problem was that it wasn't all. The
effects weren't final.
First cut. It was the effects were all old World War II movies with Japanese bomber planes, and there was no music, and a movie needs a certain degree of finish to let the illusions start to work.
Right.
And it didn't have them, but we were worried for him. But
it worked out. It worked out.